at expanding my farm to having bigger acreages and guide my farm.
I would like to go into hotel business.
I want to go for masters on my own enterprise.
I'm really aiming high. I want to put in a processing plant.
I'm looking at myself to become a senior businesswoman.
I want to get back into school to get a better job.
I want to have a farm which is going to run independent of me.
I should do my PhD and become a professor.
I'd want to see myself a director in one of the narrow institutes.
I've managed to reach the top level in the research system.
Portraits of 10 Ugandan women driven by their dreams, owning or leading a farm, a firm or a business, training and supervising, doing research and directing, moving up through studies. All dreams are related to agriculture. We interviewed these women on their social backgrounds and challenges they faced as adolescent girls. We exchanged about their educational background, about the opportunities and challenges they met as women during their studies, about the choices they made, specifically related to sciences and agriculture. They elaborate on their different jobs, on the opportunities and difficulties they encountered during their careers. They tell us how they see themselves, and they send out messages for girls and their parents.
I'm born from a family of 10 children, a family of peasants. So I'm a village born and village raised girl. My parents, they were not highly educated, but they respected education.
I have two backgrounds, village and urban setting. My mother is typically a rural woman. She did not attain any education. I think it's more difficult for girls to study in our local setting like this because they have that traditional thinking that boys are the heads of the home. So they need to go to school first.
As a woman, you grow up very conscious, knowing, I'm not supposed to do this, I'm supposed to be this.
Our relatives needed the priority to be given to the boys in education. But we had educated parents who knew what they really needed for their children. So they did not divide us.
It is often said that boys are favored when it comes to education, but that is clearly not always the case.
My parents did not discriminate between girls and boys. If boys met you reading books, they would say, now what are you reading? You put it there. Don't you see you are just a woman? You will get a man. For us, we are reading for people like you. Why are you wasting your time?
I was quite really pushed by my mother. She realized that I love studies. She really followed me so closely, and whenever anything I wanted, she really give it to me. My uncle was always encouraging me.
I chose science subjects. I was doing well in sciences, but I also liked them.
From my primary, I knew sciences, I have to learn for science subjects. They were hard, but the difficulties did not discourage me.
The common belief that girls would not prefer to study sciences is clearly not confirmed. The women we interviewed worked hard and were supported by their teachers and parents.
A girl could say, these are things that are supposed to be done by men, by boys. I cannot go for it. But with the help of my guardians, with the help of my teachers, I had to go for what I wanted, and that is science.
Sciences can also be done by the girls. It was interesting for me to explore, and it was fun when I excel ahead of the boys.
The women we interviewed were not always successful. Some had to make difficult choices, and others didn't feel comfortable with sciences.
I think always that it's where I lost it in secondary school. I was suspended from school for a whole term.
I did not score so well in some subjects. I was given arts. For 2 weeks I did not enter class, striking because I wanted to be given a science combination.
I always found science difficult, and every time and again my father forced me. To an extent that when I was supposed to join an institution, he was forcing me to go and do science, but I told him I couldn't. And then he told me I wouldn't pay you if you're not going to do what? Science. And then I told him we sit home.
6 of the interviewed women wanted to become a medical doctor.
As a child, my idea was to become a medical doctor.
A doctor.
Do medicine.
Be a doctor.
Doctor.
I had wished to be a medical doctor. I used to admire doctors and their stethoscopes.
But one needs to obtain the highest score, and none of them was successful.
I did not attain the score.